from the beautiful sun-kissed island of Kauai, it's Animal Talking. Tonight, join Gary and his guests, Duncan Jones, Paul Scheer, and musical guest, the Dapper Rapper. And now, because Jeff Keighley sucks, here's your host, Gary Whitta.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Go to youtube.com/GWhitta, like and subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified when new videos go live. Adam, you know I love Snowbike Mike. You know I love him. I'm his number one fan. You know I have this feud with Jeff Keighley. It's a very bitter feud. I take it very seriously. I wanted to get Mike on my side. You know, Jeff Keighley sucks. That was part of the intro. Very excited that he did that intro for us. But he slipped in a take that I think he was hoping would slip through the net.
And now, because Jeff Keighley sucks, Jeff, my name is Snowbike Mike. I'm available for the Game Awards.
You got to pick a like in a war. You can't stay on the fence. You got to pick a side. And right now, I don't know what side my good buddy, my friend Snowbike Mike is on. Is he on Team Gary or is he on Team Keighley? I'm not sharing it with Jeff Keighley. What, are you kidding me? I don't have the stench of Jeff Keighley on this show. I had a wonderful chat last week with my good friend Reggie. And I don't even need to say his other name. You know, when I just say Reggie, everybody knows who I mean. I think we can officially count Reggie as a friend of the show. I'm very proud to say that. Allow me transit through to my desk. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You can't get through the other way?
Well, maybe I can, but I wanted to go this way. Adam, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Thank you.
I wasn't making a big deal out of it.
Please welcome to the stage my good friend, Duncan Jones.
Oh, I got a little bit lost. Hold on a sec. Here I come. Is that the bathroom? I'm sorry. Wait. I think there's a click. Oh, here I am. Hey! Reggie, he makes you call him Reggie?
I mean, I think that's just what everyone calls him. It's like he's like everyone's uncle.
No, you see, it's kind of like a Venn diagram. There's people who call him Reggie. There's people who call him Reg, who know him really well. And then there's So I'm absolutely thrilled that we were trying to raise a certain amount of money to make this graphic novel that Alex DeCampi and myself were making, and we've really done incredibly well on it. You create this, you create the fabric of this world, and you want to start exploring it and not just have it in the one project.
You launched this thing 24 hours ago with a $50,000 goal. It's currently sitting at $204,152 with 29 days still to go. Duncan Jones, you have smashed it. Smashed it. You can actually go check out 17 pages of this on the Kickstarter right now as a little preview. There's a little video that you have as well. But I'm just showing couple of these pages. Really, really cool. Who is
the first 17 pages are Dylan Teague, who did the work on this, who's incredible, and basically because the book it's a huge tome. It's about it's over 200. It's about 40 pages. Giving these 17 pages really just sets up the start of the story.
The first movie in the moon in this, I never get tired of just saying the word Mooniverse. I just like it. So the first movie in the Mooniverse obviously was Moon. That's the movie that put you on the map. Mute was the second movie in that universe. That's on Netflix right now. For the third chapter, why not do another movie? Why a comic book? Why a comic book?
This is a big sprawling story, and I think because it is not an established franchise, I think trying to do something that's this big, which is essentially a road trip around the world in the future, going across the US, going to Shanghai, and essentially back again, trying to do that on an independent film budget was always going to be very unlikely.
I give Adam a lot of grief, but sometimes he does wonderful things. And right now he is wearing a very impressive moon-style spacesuit in tribute to you and your work.
This is really lovely. I appreciate that.
How did you first get the filmmaking bug?
Yeah, I was, I have a fairly unique upbringing, and my dad was very much into music. And his initial impulse was to try and get me to learn an instrument. And I was just not having it. He himself had always had like a fascination and interest in film. He ended up doing some acting. So he got this old 8mm camera and we started doing animated shorts together. So we were using Smurfs and Star Wars figures and things like that. And he was showing me how to basically shoot one-stop animation and cut it. With bits of tape and stick it back together and then project it on an old projector. That's kind of where I started off in film.
Duncan, as a filmmaker, I'd love to show you my reel, and it's a very, let me tell you, it's impressive.
And then again, I got to go on the set of Labyrinth and Goblin City of that.
I am a Jedi, and I am tricking you into thinking that they are not. Oh, you have tricked me. Go along and take these robots with you.
There were definitely some issues with drug abuse with the actors on the set. Prescription medication was flying around the place.
I'm sorry, Gary. I'm still trying to take that in. You know when you first watch a Kurosawa movie and you feel like, how can I ever?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Jeez.
It both inspires you and makes you want to just quit at the same time, right?
How can I? What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah. Why continue?
Yeah. No, that was. You know what's funny actually is was there audio on that?
Yes, but if you didn't hear it, it's probably did you a favor.
The way we have things set up, I don't actually hear the audio for that.
I'll send it to you via a private link, and you can get the full experience.
I assumed it was a silent movie, which made it even more.
I mean, it probably should have been.
And again, getting to be in these places, these imaginary worlds, and you can't help but soak that stuff up when you're young.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
I am a much wiser man now than I think I was when I did Warcraft. So I think I would be going into it with certainly with a lot more experience about what to expect and probably how best to navigate those choppy waters.
Horde or Alliance?
Well, I mean, anyone who's seen the Warcraft movie probably knows that I have a bit of a love for the Horde size.
It's a comment and then a question. Moon really had an emotional impact on me. The story of isolation and questioning your identity. If there is one key emotion you wanted people to take away from Moon, what would it be?
I think, it's funny. It's actually taken me doing the other movies or to do Mute and the Maddie story to really get in my own mind, get it straight what it was that was really important to me. I think it's responsibility. Basically, life's going to throw you crazy stuff and you're not always going to be expecting it and you're not always going to be ready for how to deal with it. But you will find a way. You will work out how to take responsibility for the poo that gets thrown at you, and you will work it out and you will find a way to move through it and deal with it.
Here's a question from the chat that I like. What is the best Subway sandwich?
I'm a Jersey Mike's guy.
Oh, what do you like to get at Jersey Mike's?
It's the tuna sandwich with all of the vinegar and all the stuff that they throw on it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Very excited about Danny's Diary coming up in the future. That's just a little preview. Hello, Paul Scheer.
What a show. This is fantastic.
Are you checking your tweets or something? You seem to be looking at your phone while you're on the couch right now. Are we boring you?
Sorry.
Better things to do? Okay, thank you.
I feel like I made the biggest mistake with Larry David when I went to go shake his hand. And then I was like pulling it back, and then I'm nervous. Now I'm like, the whole time I'm doing the scene, I'm like, he must hate me. I shook his hand. I have to apologize for this.
Paul, I want to talk to you about your experience on talk shows, because you've done them all.
David Letterman, I grew up idolizing David Letterman. He was the best. And Biff looks at me, and Biff has a gap in his teeth. I have a gap in my teeth. And Biff looks at me and goes, oh, you got a gap in your teeth, just like me. And he points at his gap in his teeth. And I go, yeah, and just like Letterman. And he looked at me like I was insane. I'm like, no, that's a thing, right? Letterman has a gap. I know he has a gap in it. That's it's a trademark thing of his look. And he looked at me like I said the most, never say that here. It was a look that you would get before you get killed in a horror movie. I hosted a talk show called After Darth. It was a Darth Vader talk show that took place on the Death Star. Yes. It was sponsored by Disney. No one will ever see it.
You hosted a Darth Vader talk show called After Darth.
We did a full-on recreation of the Death Star. It looked like the Emperor's throne room. We put a wooden desk in there, threw up a fern, and then we'd have interviews with people across the Star Wars
galaxy. You were
galaxy.
sitting behind a desk with a coffee mug like I am right now?
Yes, I would have my little cards. I would be popping them on the desk, throwing them in the air, drinking from a hot cup of coffee, interviewing people like Lobot, which is Lando Calrissian's head of security.
I just got an urgent text on my phone here from Dodo Airlines. It appears the runway is clear and Duncan is ready.
Duncan's personal private jet is ready. Okay.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bits was a deleted scene from Star Wars that we played where they're all hiding in the in the cargo hold, and everyone's blaming their farts on Chewbacca. But since no one understands Chewbacca is getting more and more upset about it.
Better to have Lando inside the tent pissing out than outside the tent pissing in. That's the way I look at it.
Which is, one of my novelty shirts that I have now made that I'm raising. I think it's better to be, to have the Colin Trevorrow script out there, and Colin Trevorrow can be like, see? I don't know, but we didn't get to see it. So all of a sudden, you love Colin Trevorrow. One time I was hosting like a thing for Xbox, and they're like, get in there. And I was like, oh, okay. And then just immediately estimated, like within seconds. Like, I don't even think I blinked before I was like, my head was like chopped off.
You did?
I kicked somebody off the island. I think his name was Joey. He was very much into weightlifting, and I just was like, after a while, he was asking me if I'm pumping, if I'm doing my reps, if I'm doing my sit-ups. And I was like, enough. Like, can we expand the conversation? Last night, I waited an hour and a half, got over there, and I forgot my turnips. I forgot my turnips.
No, seriously, you forgot to load up on your turnips?
It was a real moment. And my wife saw me walking around my house being upset, and she's like, "Why are you upset?" And I had to lie, because I could not tell her I just forgot to bring turnips. I mean,
I forgot to bring my virtual turnips.
And to have a game like this that kind of pulls everybody in from every background, like my hardcore gamer friends are on this too, and it's the best way to kind of hang out. You can go over and visit people's islands, you play the drums, you go home, you feel like you hung out with some people.
You have a podcast, and it's called Paul Scheer's World's Greatest Comic Book Club.
It's a show that I'm doing in conjunction with Marvel, and I'm bringing on amazing guests like Damon Lindelof and Phil Lord, who is, directed or produced Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and 21 Jump Street, Gillian Jacobs from Community, a bunch of really fun people to talk about their favorite Marvel books. Yes, we're talking about great books, but we also want to raise awareness for local comic book shops, because local comic book shops are a small business that need our help and support right now. I want to introduce you to our crew. Check out who's working camera. Check out who's working lights. And over here is, but I'm not doing it alone. Oh my gosh. Well, look, I have a thing for Gerard Butler. Put him in anything, I am ready to go. I love a good Gerard Butler movie. Jason, June, and I will be walking around city streets, and people will yell, Geostorm! I was out getting food, and this guy just kind of settled up to next to me and was like, Geostorm. I was like, all right, there you go. I love it.
In the future, these clothes are not cool.
What do you mean they're not cool? They're shiny and like, look at the boots.
I know to someone in 2009, these seem like cool clothes, but believe me, they are not. Wait a second, so if those clothes aren't cool, then what are cool clothes? What you're wearing.
Really? This is cool?
In the future, dorky 2009 clothes are the cool clothes.
What did the pirate say when the ship's steering wheel got stuck on his pants?
I don't know. What did the pirate say when the ship's steering wheel got stuck on his pants?
Arr, she's driving me nuts.
All right. Okay. I like it. The Dapper Rapper.
Everything is going to be improvised, so feel free to tune in and participate in chat. I'm going to shout all of you guys out. I see a lot of my Dapper squad in here already. I got to go and turn up in the tank, right? Yo, everybody going and they be rocking around with Dapper while I go and I've been flowing. Yo, I ain't like all these other rappers, man, they know they acting. Dapper got to go in the flow and they know reacting. To everybody that been coming and they been chatting, yo, one time now for the people that just have it. Whoa, y'all just come and catch a vibe. Yo, I be going and I've been chilling, getting lit tonight. Shout out to Gary and everybody rocking one for Paul. I've been going and I've been rocking with y'all. We going off, look.
Yeah, get some hip hop beats.
Gary, are you eating?
I might be chewing a lot of something. RTX Audio is supposed to be filtering all that out.
That's not how that works.
Little ASMR.
Not while you're talking.
Oh, I've done it now.
A lot of people will post freestyle videos, or like when these rappers go to radio stations, they'll post it as a freestyle, when in reality it's not that. These are pre-written bars. And the word freestyle gets thrown around very loosely, but the best way I can describe it is freestyle rap is like live streaming your thoughts. I started live streaming on Twitch while I was still streaming on my previous platform. I grew my Twitch audience, just migrated them eventually, and I just became a full-time Twitch streamer. So I've been full-time streaming for a little bit over 5 years. We may even go as far as crediting Leah with my appearance on the show to begin with, because, you know, she pointed me out. That's how you clicked on my stream.
She had not said, who is that guy with the beard? None of us might be here.
So my beard turned 6 at midnight.
Oh, wow. You're having a beard birthday. Let's get some beard birthday emotes in the chat for the Dapper Rapper. Do you have a Spotify, or are you on Apple Music? Like, where people that want to find you outside of Twitch, where do they go?
Check me out. You can check me out on Spotify. Look up the Dapper Rapper. I can actually drop my Spotify link in chat. What's the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with breast implants.
I know, let me see if I got this right. What's the difference between a dirty bus stop and a lobster with breast implants? I don't know.
Yes. One is a crusty bus station, and the other is a busty crustacean.
All right, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. What is the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
I don't know.
What is the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi?
Well, you see, in Dubai, they don't like the Flintstones, but Abu Dhabi do. Adam, would you like to jump in here, or should we just go with the three of us before I open this poll?
I had a joke, but it was about dairy, and I decided it was too cheesy.
Did you really want to go in with that?
Are you questioning my craft?
70 votes.
Good work, Dapper
Yeah, there
Squad.
it is. 46% of the vote. Congratulations. Congratulations to Dapper Rapper. No shows next week. We're going to take a little hiatus, and then we'll be back the following week, first week in June, to my lovely wife, Leah, who puts up with so much from me. She's got the patience of a saint. She doesn't just put up with me. She helps me make the show. She does so much behind the scenes. Executive producer, avatar creator, avatar designer, puppeteer. She sources our wardrobe items along with Kate. She sources our prop department. She does so much behind the scenes. I know I give him a lot of shit, and frankly, a lot of it is deserved. But Adam Nickerson, what an incredible guy. He has taken this is a hobby. Like no one's getting paid anything. Kate Stark, she helps wrangle our guests. She's helped with wardrobe. She helps dress me on the show. And I certainly couldn't do it without all of our wonderful moderators from the Legion of Gary, crucial to the show. That's why we have at the end of the credits all our moderators. We, of course, DJ Cupcakes. Thank you so much, DJ Cupcakes. From everyone here at Animal Talking, thank you so much. We'll see you again Friday morning. But for now, I'm your host, Gary Witter. See you next time.